I want you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you to shake it off, you bland bitch.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for Paper Saber Universe, and this is the New World Podcast. Almost forgot what show I was on. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, May 4th, 2026. Cole and Graves on commentary in Omaha, Nebraska, at the CHI Health Center for this big Monday Night Raw. The Raw before a pay-per-view, or PLE, whatever you want to call it. Backlash this Saturday. It's a big one. The card is a little underwhelming, but regardless, I still think I'm going to have a good time. We started off with Roman rolling up. He's ready to get this contract signing going with Jacob Fatu. And he gets there, and he's about to go out, and Adam's like, dude. And he's like, what? And he's like, Jacob's not even here yet. And Roman gets a little pissed off. He's like, what do you mean? And as soon as he turns around, there's Seth freaking Rollins, and they just look at each other, and I was like, oh, my goodness. And Seth just tells him, you're in my way. And then Seth's music hit, and Roman, and then they showed a little behind-the-scenes thing on TikTok where he's just yelling at Adam. But that was a pretty cool moment, man. Seth and Roman together, well, not together, but, together. And Seth comes out. He's going to talk. He's going to say some stuff, right? No, here comes Braun Breaker and beating down Seth Rollins right then and there. Not giving him an inch, and then here comes Adam Pearce and security and everything, but you can't hold back Braun Breaker. Oh, no way, man. And he spears Rollins, I believe, twice, and just sending a message before their big match at Backlash. So this was bound to happen, and I'm glad it's going to happen. I just can't wait to see what these two produce in that match. We go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse, Finn visited Roxanne last week and tried to tell her, like, hey, you can't trust the Judgment Day. That's something you can't do. And when we cut here to them, Liv is being a little bit of a bitch. She's like, hey, why don't you tell us about Finn? And Roxanne's like, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't think of the moment. I already told him what I said. So I said, just leave me alone. I'm with the Judgment Day. You're not part of the Judgment Day no more. And Liv just kind of goes in. She's like, you'll never lie to us, right? I want you to say it. I'll never lie to the Judgment Day. Something's going to happen. Roxanne's going to turn on Liv and probably join Finn in this fight. And we can call them Opposite Day instead of the Judgment Day. First match of the night, including Judgment Day member JD McDonough versus Finn Balor. This was an awesome match. It is my match of the night. These two work so well together, and I just think that's just because of how long they've known each other, and worked together and stuff like that. So I already knew this match was going to be a nice little treat. Dom's on the outside, and then here comes Roxanne, and then here comes Liv, and here comes Raquel, and some Judgment Day shenanigans with the hammer, and I think this was a test for Roxanne, where Liv jumps up on the apron and throws the hammer to Roxanne, and Roxanne grabs it, and she does hit Finn with it to cause JD McDonough to lay that huge noggin into Finn Balor's face for the 1, 2, 3, so JD McDonough has one over Finn Balor. And I was like, oh, interesting indeed. So the Judgment Day are up. And who will join Finn in this fight? We get Jackie with Seth. Seth Rollins is like, you know what? I'm gonna be ready for Backlash. I ain't dead yet. Oh wait, let me say it like him. I ain't dead yet. He tells us. I'm sorry, it was just Broadbreaker. But I was like, okay, all right, Seth, I see you, man. You're going to go after Braun Breaker no matter what. So then we get a Roman and Jacob package, Roman and Jacob. We had the Vision backstage, and Paul's trying to calm everybody down. He's like, I don't want to get Braun suspended. Logan, you're too mad right now. You can get suspended because he wants Joe Hendry. And he says, and Paul tells him, I already made a match with Austin Theory versus Joe Hendry, because I don't want you to make a mistake tonight. Paul, Logan, and yeah, Paul is trying to watch everyone's back, but Logan Paul is heated because Joe Hendry sang a great song. Let's fire Logan Paul. Next up, we have an awesome match. Javon Evans and Penta go against Ethan Page and Rusev. Oh, this was fun, man. Like, the hits just keep on coming, and this was a really fun match. Javon and Penta has been a really great team, and Ethan Page and Rusev, they had a really great chemistry and dynamic between the two because they get the win over Javon and Penta. Yeah, and they're the ones smiling, and Ethan's like, he looks at Rusev like, you smile? Then we have the official contract signing for Sol Ruka. Adam Pearce is there. He welcomes her, and she gets a huge pop. Rightfully so. Sol Ruka is awesome. Then Becky Lynch comes out. I was like, ooh, let's start a program between these two. Let's go, then. I'm very excited about that, but I was like, God damn it. Soul's about to do the soul snatcher on Becky, and as soon as she went for it, she slipped, and I was like, God, oh, man. But she got it on her. I wish it was nice and clean. WWE did edit it to make it look clean, so Soul. But that's what happens on live TV, man. But Becky versus Sol Ruka, come on. Let's go. Then Jackie's with the Usos. They're going to go talk to Roman. They're like, this is a family thing. We got to figure things out. Jacob is just a little too crazy right now, so he needs to just calm down. And, yeah, the Usos are all clearly on Roman's side, being the first family. And speaking of the Usos, man, it's still kind of tender of a subject with the New Day being gone because, the Usos and the New Day have such a history, and yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like, where is the New Day going to go? That's the big question. Are they going to go anywhere, or is Kofi Kingston like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm going to be home with my family. Then we go right into Joe Hendry versus Austin Theory. An angry Logan Paul. Joe sings the song, and then Austin Theory gets in there to try to handle business. But this was so much pent-up rage from Logan Paul. He gets in there. He hits Joe Hendry, causing a DQ. Then they start beating him down, and here comes the Street Profits, and here comes Braun Breaker, then here comes Seth Rollins. I was like, oh my God. And once again, Seth is speared by Braun Breaker, taking him down once again. And I was like, oh my gosh. Are you even going to win your match this Saturday? I don't think so. I think Braun has an ass whooping with your name on it, Seth Rollins. Yeah. Then we get Jackie with the Judgment Day. Then here comes Bayley and Lyra, setting up a match between Bayley, Lyra versus Raquel and Roxanne. Then we get the Oba Femi, who is going to answer the open challenge because he gets on the mic and says, let the Oba Femi open challenge go. Ooh, and do. Here comes Alpha Academy. And here comes Tozawa. And I was like, no, Tozawa, he's going to kill you. But Tozawa walks up to him. He's trying to get all like, I'm gonna fight Oba Femi. He walks up to him. He's like, nope. Turns around, and he tags in Otis, and we get Otis versus Oba. And I'm like, oh my God. Otis tried, but Oba Femi, man, this was just fun. But Oba Femi, of course, got the win over Otis. But he picked his ass up, bam, and he's like, yeah, I'm smart. Then we get the Seth with the Street Profits and Joe, and Seth's heated, and he says it's the Street Profits' fault, but we're all in this together, all the same fight, and, Street Profits like, okay, and Joe Hendry's like, what did I do? Then we get Adam. There's a interview from earlier, a sit-down between Asuka and Io. They have their match. They're going back and forth and saying they don't recognize each other. They said, this isn't Io, this isn't Asuka, it's like, Io's like, I respected you, Asuka, this and that, but I'm ready for you. And Asuka did not like that because she missed Io in our face, and Io, So this is I can't wait for this match. I think this is the one match I'm really, really looking forward to next to Roman versus Jacob for the championship. So, OG Americanos versus Los Americanos. We got the Mask versus Mask coming here soon. This was fun. This was just a fun match. OG Americanos for the win. They had an interview with Jackie before. OG's like, I'm going to take his mask. I think OG's losing his mask. I just got a feeling. So, but the OG Americanos got the win. I'm wondering, where is the Creed brothers? They have been missing from TV for a while. I wonder where they're at. Now we get into it. Roman comes out. He's going to sign the contract. He's going to sign it. Here comes Jacob. They're sitting there. It's a back and forth. Roman's like, you don't deserve this. This is my ring. And Jacob's like, I got to feed my family. I got to do what I need to do. Then Roman's like, you know what? I've been feeding 10 families. I've been teaching the next generation. I'm Roman Reigns. I'm doing this. I built this place. I've been here. How long did it take you to get here? 12 years? I've been here 12 years, I've been to the mountaintop. I'm staying on the mountaintop, but it's not yours to take. And Jacob, and the part that I think really pissed off Jacob is when he goes, when we're in this ring, you're beneath me, Roman tells Jacob. And Jacob loses it, attacks Roman, leaving him laying there again while Jacob's standing tall. He got that grip on his throat. That's the story we're trying to tell right there. So Jacob Fatu up, Roman down again. And then all this crazy stuff about TKO and Roman's contract and how they're negotiations and stuff like this and that. So we're going to see what happens at Backlash. Will Jacob Fatu get that championship? Will Roman just drop it and move on? Crazy times we're living in, and TKO is just not having a good run here. They're to the interfering with storylines, to what happened at WrestleMania with all the celebrities and whatnot. Because, where the hell's Jelly Roll now? Jelly Roll's gone. Pat McAfee gone. We didn't need them. We don't need them. So TKO, why don't you just leave the pro wrestling into the professionals' hands instead of making Triple H a scapegoat? And all these releases and stuff like that, it's bullshit. You just lost a New Day. So it just tells me how a bunch of idiots that are up there, the TKO board, getting money that could go to this talent, but no. Got to be a bunch of rich, selfish assholes. And that is the public message approved by K&B for TKO. But that was Monday Night Raw, folks. May 4th, 2026. Cole Graves on commentary in Omaha, Nebraska at the CHI Health Center. I give it a solid 5 out of 5 for the show. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a good go-home show. Match of the night is Finn Balor versus JD McDonough. Moments. I have lots of moments of the night here, man. The Roman Seth at the starting was like, whoa, you're in my way. That Oba Femi just picking up Otis. Woo! Oh, my gosh. And Joe Hendry, Austin Theory, the Street Profits, and Braun and Seth, and all this craziness going on. And Sol Ruka finally being on the main roster and starting her first program with Becky Lynch. Yes, boy! So next week we're in Knoxville, and we're Backlash this Saturday. We got to get the SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite's 3 hours. Let's go! All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am K&B the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life.
Vision. Wait. Look out. Breaker from behind. Braun Breaker ambushing Rollins from behind and outbeating the hell out of the former leader of the Vision.